Some habits feel smart, some feel successful, and some feel completely wrong at first. That's the weird part. Because the habits that actually build wealth usually don't look impressive in the beginning. They look boring. They look cheap. Sometimes they even look like you're doing something wrong. But that's exactly why they work. The habits that make people rich are often the same habits that make other people uncomfortable. And the first one is probably the biggest trigger of all. Not upgrading your life every time your income goes up. This is where most people lose. A raise comes in, and suddenly the car feels too old. The apartment feels too small. The clothes feel too ordinary. The dinners feel too basic. And just like that, the money disappears. That's lifestyle inflation. It feels normal. It feels deserved. It even feels smart. But it quietly keeps people broke. Wealthy people do something very different. When their income goes up, they don't rush to prove it. They let their money breathe. They keep their lifestyle calmer than their income. Because if every raise turns into a new bill, you're not getting richer. You're just getting more expensive. And that's a trap. But the next habit is even harder to explain to people. Living below your means when nobody is forcing you to. This one feels wrong because it doesn't look powerful. Nobody claps for restraint. Nobody posts about it. Nobody gets excited when you don't spend. But wealth is often built in silence. It's built when you choose to keep more than you show. That feels uncomfortable at first because people want visible success. They want the car, the watch, the bag, the lifestyle. But visible success can be expensive as hell. Sometimes the cheapest looking life is the one building the biggest future. And that's where things get interesting, because the next habit sounds boring until you realize it's one of the most profitable things you can do. Buying boring things that create freedom. Nobody gets excited about index funds. Nobody brags about emergency savings. Nobody posts a screenshot of a boring investment account and gets likes for it. But that boring stuff is where real wealth starts to grow. Not the flashy purchase, not the flex, not the treat yourself moment. Freedom starts with assets that keep working even when you're not looking at them. That feels wrong because it doesn't give instant pleasure, but it gives something better: leverage. And leverage is what changes your life later. But here's the part people hate even more: saying no to social pressure. This is where a lot of people fold. The dinner, the trip, the birthday, the wedding, the random expensive plan that somehow becomes mandatory. And if you say no, people act weird. They call you cheap. They say you're boring. They make saving money sound like a character flaw. But the truth is simple. A lot of people are not spending because they want to. They're spending because they're afraid to look broke. And that fear is expensive. The rich habit is learning to disappoint people a little, so you can stop disappointing your future self. That sentence alone can save a fortune. But the final habit might be the most powerful one of all. Delaying what you want right now. This goes against everything modern life teaches you. Buy now, enjoy now, upgrade now, eat now, flex now. But wealth is usually built by people who can wait. People who can sit with the discomfort. People who can say, not yet. That sounds small, but it changes everything. Because every time you delay a reward, you strengthen discipline. And discipline, over time, becomes money. Not always fast, not always loud, but very real. And once people understand that, they usually start asking a different question. The goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become unbreakable. That's why these habits feel wrong. They don't feed the ego. They don't create fake status. They don't make other people impressed. But they build something way more valuable. Options, peace, freedom, and money that actually stays. So here's the question. Which one of these feels the most wrong to you right now? Because that's probably the one that could change your life the most.